Hey y'all, how you doing today? CVMG coming back at you with a little bit more Madtale Idle RPG. Now as you can see, I'm having to deal with enemy teams with over 100,000 power more than me. The reason I've been able to keep up is a mix between using the good glitter partners and these lower tier legendary partners as well. Now a lot of people are quick to sleep on these lower tiers, but they're simply easier to build and they can keep up with the glitter partners in early game. Only around late game, once you've unlocked their paragenetic weapons, will the legendary partners start to fall off. So without wasting too much time, let's get into the early game legendary partners tier list. Our cat girl here has a very high multiplier on the ultimate with a high chance to poison, but that's literally all she does, so I would probably place her in the C tier. The feather warrior might be a decent choice for an early game carry because whenever she crits, she heals herself for a portion of the damage. Her ultimate also reduces the damage from enemy ultimates by 50%, so that's huge in all aspects of the game. A tier. Snow Soldier is a decent pick for a healer. His basic attack heals your backline and then his ultimate heals your entire team. He's also pretty beefy and comes with some decent damaging multipliers, so we could place him in the A tier. Now Harp Girl is a little bit of a wall because anytime she gets attacked, she has a chance to heal herself. Her ultimate heals your front row partners, which really isn't that prevalent because you should have your tanks in the front line anyways, and they should live longer than your backline because there's a lot of attacks that target the backline. With that considered, I'll place her in the C tier. The Mushroom Girl has a chance to poison on both her basic attack and her ability is an area of effect that hits all enemies and lowers their crit chance. Thus why I'm going to be putting the Mushroom Girl and probably a lot of other damage over time attackers in the A tier. The Wine Spirit is kind of meh. All she really has is an ultimate that only hits 3 people. It does have a chance to poison though, but I will still be placing her in the D tier. The Wolf Girl is going to be a great damage dealer in the early game because if you get a good mermaid set on her, she's going to start with this ultimate, and once you cast that ultimate, she's going to regain energy. So she's a little bit of a spammer. She also gains increased skill damage whenever she's attacked, so she's going to be really good for things like the Guild Dragon. On single target fights like the Guild Boss or maybe an event boss, she's going to be an S tier, but whenever you get into like multi-wave campaigns, she might drop down to like a B. The Puppet Maker, you got to give a little bit of credit because his basic attacks have a chance to poison, and then this ultimate has a stun. These are by far the 2 most valuable debuffs in the entire game. Unfortunately, the ultimate only has a chance to stun front row enemies, but a stun is a stun, so I'm going to put him in the B. The Augur here is probably the most basic attacker I've ever seen in any game in my entire life. The only ability he has is this ultimate that's just a straight up 200% multiplier. He does do potentially 10% of the enemy's max HP as bonus damage, but the problem is he needs to be level 160 before he starts doing that, and that's about the point you want to do away with these guys. The King of the Cage is decent as a ramp up tank. As he uses his ultimate, it's an area of effect that heals himself, but basic attacking increases his ultimate damage. Kind of a one-trick pony, not really good for every single situation, so I would put him in the C. Our Roulette Winner has an interesting kit, but he runs into the same problem as the Augur that you kind of need him to be level 160 to start seeing his full effectiveness, and that's not really the move. C tier. Now the Bishop, my guys, this is a decent healer. Every single time he attacks, he heals somebody, and his ultimate is an area of effect attack that hits everybody, but also puts a heal over time on your entire team. So it's not just a one-turn burst heal, it's multiple small heals over the course of the battle. In terms of an early game healer, I'm going to put the Bishop in the S tier. But anyways, what are your thoughts on these legendary partners? Do you think they're viable in the early game or not? Because that's going to do it for my legendary partners early game tier list. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe and join my Discord. But other than that, y'all, that's going to do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.